Good Saturday afternoon. This is Dee, and this is Critical Break. I don't normally do Saturday afternoons, but as I said, there's a lot going on, and so there would be random live streams throughout the week. So, another random. I usually do Sundays, but yeah. So here we are on a Saturday. I've got some things I wanted to share with you. I didn't want to do today's stream, but have been prodded to do so. Reservations, because I don't normally follow the news. I don't pay any attention to it. But recently, I keep getting pointed that direction by Gabriel in particular. And he's quite insistent that I share this information. So here I am sharing it. I've got several things going on. I wanted to tell you guys an update on my free agent, Ambrose. Good afternoon, Vestel. That's beautiful. Hey, Sir Rick, how are you? Good to see you. Audio and video okay? Can you guys let me know? Oh, anyway, update on the free agent, Ambrose, kitty cat. The vets called me back and they said something about they could not, oh, good, okay, awesome. They could not get a high enough quality digital photo for me. And I was like, well, okay. So I said, can I come in and physically take a picture with my camera? And the answer was yes. So I'm waiting for a call back because the film x-rays get archived and they have to pull it up. So they're supposed to call me back and I'll go in and actually take a photograph of his x-ray from March when he got injured and suffered breaks to his, that would be his rear right-hand side. So anyway, so update on that. Then let's see, what else? All kinds of things going on. We've got, so I had some visions that I keep forgetting to share with you all. And these were in the past month or so. I already spoke about the vision I was having, and I woke up speaking a language that I do not know. And there's been some subsequent visions that I think are linked with that. Part of it was asking Gabriel and Adonai to share with me, Sir OR, great to see you. Asking them to share with me any past lives that I may have had. And because remember I talked about doing some regression to figure out, because there's pieces that I want to fill in basically. So anyway, I was asking for that information and recently, so I got some more things that happened. First, I described the waking up, speaking a language that I don't know. And there was a vision that went along with that. I showed the type of clothing, kind of a representation sort of on a previous video of what I was wearing. And I was down on my hands and knees on the ground saying, Omasimi Gata. And I don't know what that means, but I've been doing some research on that, and it could be the there. It could be some sort of a connection with my Rosebud Sioux background, and I've contacted somebody to see about finding out if it means anything in Lakota, in our language. So I never learned the tribe's language, so so I've reached out to find out if anybody can help me with that, because that could be a clue, possibly. But the next thing that happened was when I asked to look at past lives, I was given a vision, and this was during the day, kind of remote viewing style, of a couple of pyramids that were side by side. And in a previous video, I showed a couple of pyramids that were side by side, step pyramids. These weren't like Egypt. They were step pyramids. The ones I showed in the video, thinking back about what that looked like, the ones that I saw were much larger. They were probably four to six times larger than the ones that were in that picture. And the steps weren't so drastic or abrupt. It was a lot more smaller stuff. But I haven't had any luck tracking down where those were. Now, there was definitely foliage in the actual vision area, and one of them looked, I swear it looked like a palm tree. Could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not actually sure. I need to do some checking, because the government pushed the tribes from their native homelands into where they're at now. And I need to do some tracking and find out where they originally were from in the first place, because that could lend some clues as to possibly the weird past life stuff connections I've got going on right now. But then another vision I got, now I don't know what this means exactly. I'm just putting it down now. So later, if something pops up that's related to it, it'll make sense possibly. Right now, not totally making sense to me. So I'm just going to put it up, and hopefully it'll be a puzzle piece that snaps in later. Anyway, I got a vision. This was at night, sleeping. I got a vision that I was doing some sort of, I was a liaison, basically, the go-between between two sides, working out some sort of contracts. And unknown to me when I was doing that work, that I evidently, and I woke up really annoyed from this one. Evidently, it was decided that I would carry a child because of that contract. And it's like, what? I woke up really annoyed and thinking I am not, let's see, what do you call that? A broodmare. I was annoyed, seriously annoyed when I woke up. I'm like, what? It's like, that wasn't part of the deal. I didn't make it. There was no deal from me to do that. So I don't know what that was all about, that vision. I don't know if it has to do with future events or past events, past life thing, but so that one was just kind of out in left field. And like I said, I woke up seriously annoyed and felt like I'm not their broodmare. is basically the thoughts that were going through my head when I woke up, and I was not in a good mood. You can imagine. The next thing that happened was, and I'd totally forgotten to tell you guys, I'd mentioned it a couple of times in other streams and kept forgetting to tell you. So here we go. Then another one, I woke up and I was running my hands down my body. I was laying in bed, and this isn't real time. This is vision, okay? Running my hands down my body, and I was pregnant, and I was probably, I would say 6, 7 months along approximately. And when I woke up from that particular vision, I was actually running my hands down my body. So it's more that weird astral into the 3D stuff going on. It's really weird, like me speaking in another language upon waking, and it's happening in the vision dream time astral stuff. And I wake up actually saying it. So this stuff is coming into the 3D, into the holodeck, so to speak. So I just wanted to make note of those because I think they're all connected somehow, and probably a past life is my guess. I still am not certain about that. I'm just guessing. So, and I don't know if it's connected to my tribal background or not. I'm not sure. We'll find out, I guess, hopefully. It'll be interesting to find out if that language I was speaking happens to be Lakota of some sort. So, because the tribes do have their own individuated languages, a lot of them. So, even amongst the nations that are right next door to each other. So, I guess we'll figure that out, possibly. We'll see. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. The other day, on the 8th, good morning, Sir Milky. I haven't seen you in ages. It's great to see you, sir. Very good. The 8th of August, at 11:01, interesting number, by the way, because I keep getting these 11111 things going on. I was speaking with Miss Karen on the phone, and she can vouch for this. I had military jets go over yet again. That's the second time this week. And like I said, that is highly unusual for where I live. Very. It's just not something that happens. So the fact that, I had a big uptick in that happening May, June, July, and then there was a lull for about a week, and now it's back at it again. So just wanted to make note of that again. I haven't heard them since, so that was back on the 8th. I haven't heard anything else. So again, another lull period, I guess. Anyway, Gabriel has been pointing me at particular things in the news, specifically having to do, Gabriel and Ed and I never shared with me anything about, a bunch of people are saying the event, a wave, and, thank you, sir. Ditto to you. This event they keep talking about, and like I said, I think I pinpointed what they were looking for. Now, Gabriel and Ed and I, neither one ever mentioned any event as far as some sort of bright flash that all these people were expecting. And I think if that was going to happen, they would definitely tell me. Who knows? I could be wrong about that, but they give me a heads up. Let's put it this way: when they were training me to use my telepathy and to hone my skills, part of the things that they would do is not only the first few things were, first I was getting downloads about, premonition downloads about events that were going to happen in the future, like airline crashes and things like that. And then they started training me with look out the window And I'd look out the window and I get the yellow butterflies every time. And then that progressed to go outside. And every time I would go outside, there was something unusual happening that, um, usually to do with the sky in general. And I've done more footage than I can even guess at as far as how many hours of camera work on the sky itself and then on nature as well. But the sky has been a big focus of my camera lens. So, and it's to do with them, honing my telepathy and pointing me in certain directions. And Gabriel has been definitely pointing me in directions this week when it comes to the news. Anyway, on the event, the wave, or whatever people want to call it, I think what they might have been expecting was a fast, well, it's called an FRB. And let me share screen and I will show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay. I've mentioned this in the past 2 streams as well about astronomers discovering this enigmatic fast radio burst. And this one is much more powerful than anything else they've ever seen. And it repeated. Other ones don't repeat like that. So it, drew a particular, large amount of interest in the scientific field in astronomy and astrology. So, or astronomy, I mean, and astronomy. Yeah. Anyway, so this happened on July 25th. So take note of that date because something else happened that day that was interesting. And as I said, Gabriel and Adonai told me that we were going to have some big things happening coming up that were towards the positive. And so, so this falls into that time frame. But the morning of July 25th, this telescope, a radio telescope in the mountains of British Columbia, Canada, picked up this particular FRB, or set of FRBs that were super low frequencies at 580 megahertz. And there were more than one. It was happening repetitively. And the thing I want to point out about this particular drawing is a good representation of what they were kind of looking at, that it comes from deep, deep, deep space and, comes out in waves our direction. So maybe that's the wave they were expecting. The thing is, this one was, because it was such a low frequency, that means that the burst itself was extremely bright, originating from a very powerful source. And because it happened multiple times, they were able to kind of zone in on where this occurred. But I'll leave links under the video after I'm done with the stream. This is where it came from, right here. That vicinity of space, basically. Anyway, I'll leave a link so you guys can look at that. Anyway, so that but keep that date in mind, July 25th, okay? Because something else happened on July 25th. The Greenland Air Base, which is Thule, is unharmed after apparent meteor explosion. Now, the meteor didn't explode on its own. They shot it down, and they said they did. This is military.com, okay? They shot this thing down. And this happened to be on July 25th as well. And if you look at this base is mostly underground. And I have a feeling there's much more to this story than meets the eye. Um, anyway, they did shoot it down, see, July 25th, and they called it a fireball. Now, what's interesting is you've seen pictures of meteors when they come in. I mean, look at the one from Russia that exploded over Russia. They have a unique look when they're jetting through the sky. They have a tail behind them, and they're usually blue, bluish white, sometimes greenish. Um, but they definitely have a certain appearance. Fireball is not what they are. Um, I have seen fireballs, and they look totally different than a meteor coming in. What they are, I can only guess. But a fireball is definitely not what um, you would describe them as. But so somebody called it a fireball, and it was shot down. Uh, I don't know. Gabriel pointed me in the direction of these, so I'm just putting them out there because I have a feeling this is all information that's basically mounting, and it's going to make sense to all of us at one point in time. But for right now, I'm just putting it out there so that in case you guys weren't paying attention to these particular events, they would be known to you. So anyway, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Yeah, I've already got that one. Let me make sure I've got this one. Um, yeah, I got this one too. Okay. All right. The and this is another article on this on this meteor that exploded over Greenland, and it just happened to be heading right at an underground Air Force base. I think that's significant. So remember, July 25th, that FRB, and then this. And like I said, right at an underground installation. Okay. And they shot it down. Um, so I just wanted to make note of that. Like I said, I will put these links in the description so you guys can see what I'm talking about, in case you haven't seen the stories yet. The next thing that's happened recently is this. This is from space.com. Bizarre rogue planet with incredible auras puzzles scientists. Um, this is a picture of what it looks like. That is a brown dwarf. Okay. Uh, anyway, it's about 20 light years from Earth. That's not far. Um, it has very powerful magnetic fields. Um, uh, 200 times stronger than Jupiter's. And anyway, it's only 20 light years away. So that's not, in the grand scheme of things, far away at all. Could this be the sister to our sun? Because we know that all the others are binary. So as far, all the other solar systems are binary. So what makes us, we thought, special was we only had a single sun, but the fact of the matter remains that the ancient texts state we have that this one was binary as well, and that may be the other one. So is this Planet X Nemesis? I don't know. Gabriel just pointed me to this, and I thought, you know, I'd throw it in. Like I said, I didn't even want to do this because I'm not big at doing news pieces. I don't like looking at the news. And I actually sat here for an hour because I was just basically kind of digging in my heels, did not want to do this particular stream, but he was quite insistent. So, so here it is. Anyway, like I said, links will be under the description. I'm gonna make sure this one gets in there too. So like I said, all these things are mounting, and I have a feeling they're pieces to a grander puzzle that's happening in front of our eyes. The next thing is the supposed soft disclosure coming from the government, because everybody said expect soft disclosure, blah, blah, blah. Well, they are. And this is, first of all, that dwarf is part of that disclosure, I have a feeling. And this is too, an astronaut claims he witnessed an organic alien-like creature, but NASA is denying it. And I'll put the links in the description on that, but it's one of the crews from the space shuttle that was doing work outside the shuttle and saw this come out of the shuttle bay. So once again, link will be in the description, so you can look at that yourself. Also, another new thing, they've announced that they're going to make a Space Force. That's interesting because I already know they have one. They've had one for a long time already. So soft disclosure kind of happening there as well. And Buzz Aldrin said something about one giant leap in the right direction. And it's like, oh, come on, give me a break. But because we all know a lot of the things that you hear coming out of that area aren't always, yeah, truthful. And so anyway, like I said, more pieces for the puzzle. And then here's another thing where the Russian embassy mocks Trump's Space Force logos. What's funny is they all know about this. They've all had a space program for a good long while now. So just knowing Putin's, he's got an air about him that he would make fun of the soft disclosure happening. And that's kind of the sense I'm getting from this, is he's basically, yeah, you guys, are having to come forward with your stuff, and this is hilarious kind of thing. So anyway, I don't know if I got that one in there, but I'll make sure. Anyway, all the links will be in the description. Another thing I wanted to share, because a friend of mine that owns a Facebook page could not get back into their page. Miss Margaret, you know who you are. I just wanted to bring this one up. This, Gabriel didn't show me this. I found this one. But yeah, Facebook starts forcing popular page admins to prove who they are. She got locked out of her page and had to submit ID and proof of residence and all kinds of crazy stuff to get back into her page. A knee-jerk reaction on Facebook's part from what this thing's saying But yeah. And remember, I talked about Facebook and a bunch of the tech companies taking a huge financial hit in the markets. I don't know if this is a reaction to that. Who knows? Hard telling. Anyway, let's see. I'll stop sharing. Get back to my screen. Hang on a sec. Oh, almost hit stop broadcast. That wouldn't have been good. Anyway, let me pull chat back up. Miss Angel, great to see you. Anyway, he was insistent that I share those things with you. I did forget to share the visions that may be connected with a past life, and the update on the kitty cat, the military jets. Okay. The other thing that's going on is I am getting codes, and now it's constant. I got how many today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 codes today. I've kind of went over some of the codes with you all in some prior streams. And, oh, Miss Angel, they locked Kelly and the Raw out of Facebook. Yeah, I remember her mentioning that. She refused to give them her ID. Oh, okay. Well, Miss Margaret, somebody else I know, she did it. To keep their page. It's kind of like you open, let's say you sign a rental contract, and it's in the terms and conditions when you make your Facebook account, and then suddenly they change the rules midstream. That's, I call BS, total BS on that. That's kind of changing the rules midstream is kind of like loan shark tactics, in my opinion. It's extortion. It's like lose your page or cough up your ID. And there's something very wrong with that. Very wrong. Oh, Sir Milky said something. The Lionsgate was DNA upgrades from our source star, in my opinion. Soak it in. We are literally evolving as a species in real time. Any thoughts? Signals from space could likely affect DNA. I think that's very possible. A lot of things can affect our DNA, right down to the foods we eat. So I would not say that that statement is untrue at all. As a matter of fact, it's highly likely. So good on you for recognizing it. What it means in the grand scheme of things, I'm not sure. But I do know that things are headed towards becoming much more positive than they have been. So I'm hoping that that's what this is all about. Like I said, these particular news items, except for the Facebook one, were things Gabriel pointed out, and he insisted that I put them up. And today, he didn't want me to wait till tomorrow. I actually had the information for several days on some of that and kind of held back because I don't like, because this channel is not about sharing the news. But it's ending up being part of this journey. So it's kind of like I'm getting forced to show it. I mean, what else am I going to do? It's part of the deal. So, so there it is. So if you guys didn't see those things, now you know about them. And like I said, after this is over with, I will put the links down there if you guys want to check it out. Anyway, but angel numbers, codes that I'm getting from my guys. You know, I discussed with you all about Neo Glimmer getting codes as well and deciphering those codes. And it's kind of one of those deals that once you start noticing them and they realize that you're looking at it, then suddenly you start getting flooded with codes. I actually was getting irritated today because I got so many, and just one single code, when you put it in to the gematria calculator, has a ton of information. And there'll be blips in there that make no sense and have nothing to do with what they're trying to tell you. And so you have to sit there and decipher what of that is what they're trying to tell you. And then some of the things you have to go look up to see if it is related in some way, because you'll come across weird words that don't appear to make any sense. But then when you go look them up, it's, yeah, it makes sense. So it requires a ton of research once you get a code. And the fact that I got so many of them just today, I was annoyed because I'm already buried in research, and that's just going to cause a whole lot more. And I was like, stop already, that's enough. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them today. And it takes me days just to decipher one of them. Yeah, wow. Anyway, tomorrow, during the stream tomorrow, I will go over these codes that I got. So tomorrow's stream will involve the codes coming in. Hopefully I'll hear from Neo soon. Sir Neo, contact me, email, please. Hello, Sir Tony. Anyway, yeah, contact me because I need to get you on here because there's somebody else that knows about these codes that I would like to have on too, but I want to wait to have them on until Neo's on first. So Sir Neo, contact me so we can compare notes on our codes that we're getting. And then there's a third party I want to bring in on that has some information. So anyway, I think that's it for today. I'm pretty sure. Yay! It's going to keep tomorrow's stream much shorter. And so that's good. So I'm glad I listened to Gabriel and went ahead and did the stream. So tomorrow's won't be so crazy and long. But anyway, I just wanted to stop in. Anybody got any questions or anything about the news stories that I just shared? You weren't late. I was early. You can blame it on me. Anyway, yeah, if any of you get any other information on any of this, feel free to share it with me. If you want to appear here to tell your story, to share your experiences, or if you're another channel owner that wants to appear here or wants me to appear on your channel, just send me an email at criticalbreak@outlook.com. And so Rick's giving Tony a hard time. Anyway, yeah, just send me an email, criticalbreak@outlook.com. And I hope you all have a brilliant Saturday evening. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Anyway, take care. And I love you guys from here, the innocence, the inner spark, out, past the stars, and back 1,000 times. Anyway, take care. See you soon. Bye.